Alright, y'all. We got some bad news. I tried to post the Gabriel Iglesias video. It was supposed to be something called Snack or something like that, and I attempted to upload it and it got blocked. So I went to Plan B and these are the reaction videos that I was gonna drop this week. That Snack video was gonna be in that category, but obviously it's not gonna drop. So we are going to be reacting to famous crime deaths. Michael Jackson, the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Jackson, the late great Michael Jackson, man, died. I guess overdose of propofol or something like that. But I guess this is what really happened. It's kind of similar to the Selena category, except Michael didn't get shot. So this is the famous celebrity crimes or something like that. But part 2 is for surely dropping tomorrow, and we're gonna get part 1 out the way. And enough of that, all that talking. Let's get right into the video.
The shocking death of a star. The whole world wants to know what happened, and every minute counts.
Michael Jackson has died.
Now, for the first time, go behind the crime scene tape. With computer-generated forensic graphics and true-to-life reenactments, follow the investigation as police race against time to solve the case. In this episode, the king of pop, Michael Jackson, mysteriously dead at age 50.
Crazy.
Go inside the frantic attempts to save Michael's life.
Our firefighters found the doctor doing CPR. Mr. Jackson was in dire straits.
Follow authorities as they zero in on the cause of death.
There was massive amounts of prescription drugs. It was like a pharmacy.
And meet the man police say is responsible.
Dr. Conrad Murray. Who is this guy? Where did he come from? There's some things here that don't add up.
Next,
I don't even know what to believe though on how he
Michael
died.
Jackson.
Honestly. Yeah, that's the crazy part about this one. I really don't know what to believe, honestly, because it was so tragic. Even though Selena was tragic as well, but this one is, I don't know.
June 25th, 2009.
I don't know.
Staples Center, Los Angeles, just after midnight. Michael Jackson finishes up a long rehearsal for his This Is It comeback shows, which kick off in less than 3 weeks.
This is the final curtain call.
Michael then returns to his rented mansion in the Holmby Hills section of LA. At about 1:30 a.m., he goes to bed.
Damn.
We have a gentleman here that needs help, and he's not breathing yet. He's not breathing, and we're trying to pump him, but he's not. Okay, how old is he? He's 50 years old, sir. 50, he's unconscious, he's not breathing.
We have to call 1221. There was no identification by the caller of who he was or who was having the medical issues. But we knew that someone was in dire straits.
Did anybody see him? Yes, we have a personal doctor here with him, sir. Oh, you have a doctor there? Yes, but he's not responding to CPR or anything. All right. Do you have anyone? Is he on the floor? Where's he at right now? He's on the bed, sir. He's on the bed. Okay, let's get him on the floor.
This 911 call really shocked the world, bro. Like, come on.
Services, but there was a physician in the room that
That's
was
the
doing
crazy
CPR
part.
on the bed.
A hard surface is
Why are you
created
doing it
for
on the bed,
CPR,
for one?
So the patient's heart can be compressed effectively between the breastbone and the spinal column. When Michael's giving CPR in his bed, he's simply being pushed down into the mattress. The compressions can't squeeze his heart enough to pump blood to the brain and other organs.
The biomechanics of CPR are very straightforward. How or why a physician might not know that I can't comment on.
LAFD
That's common sense, though, honestly. I ain't gonna lie.
100 North Carolina Drive.
At 12:25, we were on scene.
Michael would have survived.
Led to the room where the patient
He
was
would have
located.
survived.
Our firefighters found
He
the
wouldn't have
doctor
died that
doing
day.
CPR. Turned out to be Michael Jackson.
He wouldn't have died that day.
These are
Facts.
experienced emergency providers. I think it became very apparent to our personnel that this individual was down probably for quite some time.
Paramedics perform CPR
He probably been dead,
and other
though.
life-saving measures in hopes of a miracle.
EMTs on scene do uninterrupted chest compressions with supplemental oxygen. They administer drugs like adrenaline. They insert endotracheal tube with 100% oxygen to provide rescue breathing.
But unfortunately, a pulse is never restored. It's clear that Michael Jackson is dead.
The reality is, after 20 minutes on scene with both basic and life
I don't know if it was an
interventions
accident.
ongoing
I don't
and
know.
failure to return a pulse, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that resuscitation is going to be unsuccessful.
So his death was technically hit or miss. I don't know.
Pronounce a patient dead at the scene.
I don't know.
Michael's personal physician insists on further treatment.
The doctor said, take him to the hospital. But apparently he was
He's
doing
dead
this.
already.
He didn't die on my watch by getting him to the hospital.
If he's not responding, he has to be dead.
Meanwhile, the scene outside
Or maybe his
Ryan's
body's
mansion
shutting
begins to
down,
attract
because doesn't your body, like, your body still, like,
something is amiss.
goes through, like, a little phase before you officially die or something like that? I don't
There
know.
was a fire truck that was parked out on the street. I was
Excuse me.
doing video and I could see the call screen and it said 50-year-old male not breathing. At a certain point, I could see the paramedics exiting the house with a stretcher. I moved closer to the gate. It was a difficult shot to get, but I could see that it was Michael.
I was driving on my tour. All of a sudden, I heard a reverse signal. Could see the paparazzi running towards the ambulance, and it was chaos.
Paramedics continue to work on Michael as they transport him to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. With the paparazzi now trailing them, paramedics first turned west on a winding 1-mile stretch of Sunset. Then Hillgard, McCant, and 2 more quick turns to reach the ER loading zone. The 2.7-mile trip takes 8 minutes.
Damn.
ER doctors work furiously to revive Michael.
Bro's dead
But it
already.
seems hopeless. They refuse to give up on the megastar.
Clear.
But nothing works. Simultaneously, at about 1:30 p.m., the world gets
Dead.
word that Michael Jackson has suffered cardiac arrest and is in critical condition.
He's dead.
Very few realize he is already gone.
The first report that came in was from TMZ that said that Michael Jackson had suffered a cardiac arrest. Everyone was in shock.
Michael Jackson suffered cardiac arrest and is now
Shocked the
in a coma,
world.
literally struggling for his life.
I heard that broke the internet.
Phone call from Randy Jackson telling me that they had taken
I heard
his
that
brother
broke the
Michael to
internet.
hospital. And he just says, Brian, it's bad. Meet me there.
Family members were arriving, so you had all this grief and anguish unfolding, and within 30 minutes, hundreds of fans started to show up at that hospital. And we were all waiting on word.
Both the Los Angeles Times and CBS News are both now reporting that Michael Jackson has died.
My brother, the legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson, passed away on Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 2:26 p.m. It is believed he suffered cardiac arrest in his home.
There was one in the secret concert. It's not fair.
At 10 a.m. on June 26th, the
Next
autopsy
day.
of Michael Jackson begins. 3 hours later, LA's chief medical examiner issues a statement.
There was no indication of foul play. The medical examiner has ordered additional testing. Those tests will take approximately 4 to 6 additional weeks.
Damn.
With all signs pointing to a prescription drug overdose, the focus remains on Michael's private physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, who is still missing.
The reason why they were unable
He
to
bounced?
find
Why
Dr.
is he-
Murray is plain and simple. Murray was already contacting lawyers to represent him and to plan his strategy.
The following day, Murray and his lawyer agree to meet privately with detectives to give his statement.
He laid out everything that had happened, not just that day, but in the 6 weeks leading up to Michael Jackson's death. He said that Michael Jackson had told him that he regularly used propofol and needed it to fall asleep. And Dr. Murray had been giving him quantities of it every night for 6 weeks, and then became concerned that he was becoming addicted to it.
So that night, he had essentially given him substitute.
Though his lawyers will later claim Murray made unspecified mistakes recounting his timeline.
He should have never went in the bathroom.
Starting at 1:30 a.m., he gave Michael a Valium. 30 minutes later, Michael was still awake, so he administered the sedative Ativan via IV. For the rest of the night, Murray alternated between doses of Ativan and another sedative, Versed, every few hours.
God
Still,
damn.
nothing worked. And then at that point, they had said that Michael Jackson asked for what he called his milk.
And at about 10:40 that morning, after much begging and pleading, Dr. Murray had relented and given him a dose of propofol.
Murray says he gave 25 milligrams diluted with lidocaine. It went straight into Michael's IV, and finally, he fell asleep. Murray explains that he continued to monitor Michael for roughly 10 minutes before heading to the bathroom.
That's what you shouldn't have done.
He was out of the room for 2 minutes maximum.
You do not leave a patient who's on propofol. If something is wrong with their heart or their breathing or whatever, you're there. To go to the bathroom for a few minutes is it's just mind-boggling.
That's where you messed up.
But evidence suggests the doctor was out of the room far longer than 2 minutes. Murray's cell phone log, which detectives later obtained, shows that from 11:18 a.m. to 12:05 p.m., Murray was on the phone with 3 separate callers, totaling 47 minutes.
Investigators are wondering, why is he on the phone 3 different times?
We believe that he called his office in Houston. He had a girlfriend in Santa Monica, or his office in Las Vegas.
Damn.
Murray says that once he returned to the room, he found Michael not breathing. That
See,
exact
bro.
time is still unknown. He then immediately
Why are you doing it on
started
the
CPR
bed?
and administered 2 milligrams of the anti-overdose medicine Anexate. Anexate counteracts specific drugs by blocking the brain receptors they affect, allowing those receptors to return to their usual state. When successful, sedation is reversed and the brain resumes a normal level of activity and consciousness. Unfortunately, the drug didn't work on Michael.
Nope.
Murray's lawyer said that only after doing 25 to 30 minutes of CPR did the doctor run to get assistance.
You was doing that for 25 to 30 minutes?
911 was finally called.
Yo, you should have been went to security.
Who knows what was going on in that bedroom?
There's some things here that don't add up.
Nah.
His argument was that nothing was given to Michael that would have killed him. He didn't do anything wrong.
Coming up, investigators nail down the cause of death. And later, police dig up some dirt on Doc.
Oh. Alright, y'all, that's the end of part 1. Part 2 is dropping around 12 o'clock my time. I'm gonna get that video out to you guys. So part 2's dropping tomorrow. See, with Michael, nobody knows, bro. Only the doctor knows what he really did. I mean, I don't know if he's a free man still. I don't know if he's still in prison. I don't know. I don't know if it was foul play. I don't know if he was a target. Like, Michael's death it was shocking because, like, this is, like, one of the most famous people in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, and to die at age 50, like, that's crazy. But I really can't put my finger on, you know, the main cause of death, honestly. I mean, I don't know, man. Selena, that makes sense. But Michael, I don't know. All I know is, like, I remember when I got the news the day he died, I was like, I think I was 7 years old. I was 7 years old when Michael died, and I'm sitting in front of the TV, and then my mom just switched to the news, and then that's when I saw it on the news, and it was crazy. But yeah, that's my story. So anyway, I'm getting off topic. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. There's gonna be another video. Share this with everybody you guys know. Hit that like button. Yeah, there's really nothing else to it. Just on the road to 400 subs, y'all. Morning Yacht Game going all the way up to the top. We're not going to stop. I love y'all so much. I'm out. Peace.
Jason.